All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you so much. My name is Laz, joined here for the ESEA Season 55 Next Big Caster Initiative. Look, I'm going to try to get quick into this. We are going to be covering the game, the singular game here for the ESEA IM division. And this one's actually a bit of an interesting one because we actually have Team Asoka that is going to be playing Team Onliners. And the one thing that I really like about this matchup before we get things underway is the fact that Team Asoka, they're a team that, again, they've been around since season 48, a lot of mixture of results. They played essentially all the way through the Open 9-10. They got themselves in positions where they've now made it into IM, kind of really have stuck in IM, but they've kind of been in this position. But right now they're undefeated. They have themselves a really good record. They haven't been able to really take any losses yet. So they've really made a lot of improvements as a group that's been together for quite some time. And on the other side, that's kind of the same note that we're talking about for a team like Onliners. This is where a little bit different of the aspect is that they go all the way back to season 47. They've actually played main a few different times. So that's what makes it also really cool and exciting too, is that they have been able to play this higher level, essentially, division. They've been able to get themselves, in pretty good experience. So I think that's what makes me pretty excited. But look, enough of looking at my face and everything like that, but we'll get you into this game right away. Knife round just finished, and it was Team Asoka that was able to pull through onto the knife, so it's completely up to their decision what they want to go for. All right, let's get it going. Team Asoka now are going to be putting themselves on the T side. So again, just for a little bit of context, both these teams undefeated. Both these teams haven't had the taste of a loss yet. So a lot riding on this. This is going to be for the intermediate division, I should say. So, and it's Dust 2. So we haven't been able to capture a Dust 2 yet here on the channel. So I'm very, very looking forward to this. A classic map, of course, a banger. Now it's going to be full acceleration onto Cat. The T's. Fast and furious on this. Nathaniel's able to get himself that first opener, but can we be able to see another one? Slythe, he's trying everything he can with the P2K. Eric now with the dualies comes out. He comes with a double kill, and not bad at all for the Onliners. And again, just talking a little bit about, we briefly went into it, but this is where, I made the comment about Onliners, where they weren't always a team that relatively was doing, stellar records. Like, they've been playing main since, when we go back all the way to season 47, these guys have been playing main the whole time. So they have a lot more of, like, divisional experience, which is a cool thing to see. So when you kind of think of it that way, it is kind of a nice, note for these guys. Like, their records weren't always the greatest, but still getting a lot of good reps in the officials, still playing a very decent, division with good competition. So that's where, like, a team like Asoka, where a team that's gone from Open all the way to IM and kind of been a little bit more stagnant in IM, there, like, when you put it on paper, you could argue that Onliners, they have that edge. First official gun round underway now, so Asoka hasn't really been able to find too much ability to get a lot of movement onto this. We'll see what they want to do a little bit differently. A 3-1-1, that will be the game of the plan, and now Sith's going to try to push himself through lower B. Does get away with that one kill. Nearly able to, potentially find that second, but not going to happen. The T's have been able to kind of just slow things down just a little bit longer. Smoke for CT spawn, gonna get thrown. Eric, I don't think he actually spotted anybody there. Just missing the edge of it. He's killed onto Catwalk, so that's gonna be up for grabs here. For the CT side of Onliners, kind of giving up a little bit of map control in some degree, but you can see that Primal's got himself into long A control, so again, that bomb is kind of toying the idea of it potentially. Still plenty of time though, 49 seconds, and Primal's actually going to play this very patiently, wait things out, not going to push through this Doesn't want to risk it. I respect it. Josh now going to be locked into the B site. He's going to be the full anchor onto this. So this is going to be important because both his teammates, they're on the other side of the map. They're nowhere near this. He has to lock this down. No utility, nothing. He sees the smoke. Now he's making the comms. He has to either play this tucked away or he's going to go for the swing, and he actually does get the double kill. So now look at that. 1, 2, 3. Yes, please. And locks it down. Plays it like chef's kiss, just perfectly cooked. And that's exactly what you need. Absolute stellar performance to lock it in that moment when he needed to. It was very bold and in my opinion, kind of risky because, again, the CTs that were playing in A, they were playing that long A ramp control, so they were nowhere near for a trade, nowhere near to use utility. Nothing. Nada. So onliners getting themselves a great start already with a 3-0. Asoka now having a little bit of a difficulty to work on to the C side, and Nathaniel does play the close angle with the A4. A little bit questionable, especially with Tech 9s that he knew that would be against, but Eric's going to be able to find that trade back. Bomb should be able to get the plant through. Nade's getting thrown, and now they're just going to run through window. They're kind of getting away with this a little bit. Eric's still looking for the fight. He's going to just jump and spray frantically, and now spots the player car, and now it's just all down to FAO. Now he has to be able to pop off. It's the 1v1. HP's low for both these players. 3 and 5. It's just one shot, and there we go. Asoka finally gets himself on the board, but my goodness, it has to come down to a 1v1 like that? Lower push right now. Primal once again. You can see that onliners, they've been doing a good job of just containing this lower B, really putting on some good presence onto this. And now you can see a triple player into middle, so you have the double player Deep Cat. Good nades here from Asoka, just to kind of, again, just making sure he's not close on by, so they're finally getting a little bit more of an inkling onto this. Now the question is, do you want to keep pursuing mid, or do you want to fall on back? Where Primal's kind of having this thought of, okay, maybe I will. Not 100% sure yet. Primal going to try to swing through this. Nade catches him. Oh, the noise Q. Oh my goodness! Flick of the wrist. And that is sickening. No doubt about it. A double player swing onto Cat in middle. And they have to be a little bit more careful now. Double players from the CT side just waiting things through. Sith's just got the long push from CT. That bomb has not made a decision yet. That's going to be in the back of Tanner now, but gets caught. Oh my goodness, I can't believe he's alive. This is really interesting. Josh is still just trying to contest with the rifle, now knowing that there is an op still there. Came up with a good opener. That's going to take down the op player. Josh once again doing a lot of tenderizing. He just can't seem to find the kill. Now Eric, can he be able to find the more than one? No, he will not. He goes down quick and dirty. Both CTs now. With 9 seconds here, the plant has to come through. They're going to have enough time. But one flash on each of these players so far. And honestly, doubling up like this, I don't mind it. I think this is actually a good call. But the problem is they're going to have to make a decision quickly. They need to be able to find this kill. Otherwise, they might just want to potentially just save these guns, despite they don't have no idea how low the HP is of these players. I mean, 2 and 2. And yeah, the CTs, they're going to have to just, again, let this one go. And that's going to be another pickup here from Asoka. You know, and really, I don't feel like Asoka is like, you know, showing anything too essentially in the way of like convincing me that they're winning these rounds in an easy way. But that's the thing about Dust 2. It's like it's really about timings and getting this map control. And we saw that was in the very beginning where onliners were just, you know, very much just foot on the gas and were playing very well. Now Asoka's kind of been able to find themselves that, you know, big B rush that they were able to win. Primal does get the spot, so he's actually going to fall back onto this. This round's a little bit more of a jankier purchase here for the CT side. You got the op still in the play, the M4, but it's really just Deagles on an MP9 that have been complemented with this. Oh man, some warning shots from Primal. Yeah, they're just going to go for it. They're just going to commit to this. I don't blame them. They get the smoke across. Now it's a triple player on the CAD, and it's just a massacre, and nade gets thrown. Not really a lot of damage. But there is a player still close on by. Josh, he's got the up, but he can't find the shot. I was thinking maybe, just maybe Primal is going to be able to find the timing here, just playing Gandalf, but no. Sith now playing Survivor. Spots the head of one. A shot being warned off, but can't seem to find it, and a flawless round from Asoka. That is a convincing round. I like what we see from Asoka because, again, just kind of cleaning things up, not being, you know, delaying, just being a bit more diligent, making the decisions. You know, a little bit of a fox in the pen, right? Just getting just really fast with it, and I really can appreciate that for them. So they didn't mess around. They didn't second guess. Does actually make the connection. So a nice shot here from Tanner. He does catch the leg of Sith. So this is a great opportunity for Asoka to potentially find themselves into the lead of this game. We are all tied up to the 3-3. Oh, Sith. Oh my goodness, he got spotted. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Because he has the Zeus, he was trying to make a little bit of a cheeky play if he could, but he gets caught. So he was trying to get across. A little bit more of a slow round, and now we can see that Primal just trying to get a little bit more of an attention here with the Deagle. And you can just see Asoka, again, just waiting things out. They know they can just kind of play it a little bit more slow. Now they're just going to try to go through heavy on presence onto mid here. Josh trying to give the shots with the Deagle, but might get overwhelmed by the numbers. Yeah, he does a little bit of damage, really. He's just tickling some feet. 4 players remaining here for Asoka, and now you have 2 Deagles, or 2 pistols, I should say, here for the CT side. An AK picked up. Not too much longer. Now, Nathaniel, you got to get the heck out of here, but not gonna happen. Great round from Asoka. 1 casualty into this. But honestly, the thing that I'm really enjoying about what we've seen, the turn of events, and how quickly onliners were winning like 3-zip. And then it's been 4, essentially 4 in a row that we've seen from Asoka. It's really just been slowing things down, you know, getting a little bit more control, just clearing better angles, realizing that onliners were playing very aggressive, and they've done a good job to read this. Now, long A control is going to be up for grabs here from the CT side, so they don't actually put pressure onto it. They don't burn any utility, so that is now allowed Splice and Sickening to be able to get this long A control. So this is a ton of real estate that's been up for grabs here from Asoka. This is actually not a bad decision. I mean, this is, you know, different for them. They haven't been able to just win that real estate that easily and that convincing, but nonetheless, you can see the CT side now. They're going to be able to regroup. They have 4 players that are committed to this A side. Even Josh right now, throwing the Paul flashes to see for the swings. A lot of utility already burned, so this is actually a bit of an overextension from onliners, because you can see that bomb. It's on the other side of the map. So right now, Asoka, they have done such a good job of just throwing an absolute fake onto this. Splice has taken significant damage, sure. But Josh, he's going to be the pillar. Now he's just communicating, look, it's a fake. It's all this utility just getting burned. I need you guys to rotate back over. But it's another fake. Look at Asoka. They throw this utility. They're hoping they're going to be able to make this across. Now they've been spotted. It's a little bit more awkward, but Tanner gets that 1 kill. Can they be able to make this across? An overextension from Primal. That could be costly. A 3-3 now. Bomb in the back, 27 seconds, and a shot miss here from Sith. That might be costly. Look at Splice. Look at Splice. He's got 3 HP in a dream. And just like that, a blink of an eye, they are able to find 2 kills. And Eric might have to just save his rifle unless he can find a kill quickly. 2 of these players surviving on the skin of their teeth. A big swing, but it's just not enough. What a round of Counter-Strike that we got to see here in the IM division. Again, I'm loving what we're seeing from Asoka. Like, what a turn of events. I can't stress that enough. Like, 3-0 for onliners. It felt like they were just winning rounds, like, pretty easily. Again, like, you know, 4 alive. Or, sorry, yeah, 4 alive, 5 alive. Really just taking it easily. Now they're resorting to just pushing through mid. Getting ultra aggressive. And now it's actually kind of panned them into a position where, yes, they are in the lead now. They're up on the 2-on-1. Splice by himself. He's got the AK in hand. Is a little bit more of an awkward positioning. He has to fight for this bomb. All flash thrown. Does it actually make the connection? No. Onliners throw a little bit of a Hail Mary and they get themselves back into this, and it's a little bit risky. It's a little bit not that overly risky. I mean, it was a pretty decently executed mid control. But Asoka, again, this is where I was talking about them having a lot more patience and taking things slow. Really feeling like they had a good read on the game. They were not ever expecting that. So, bit of an interesting play, like I said, in the Hail Mary from onliners, but it pans out. Let's not forget, like, I mean, let's not even forget Eric is sitting at 16-7. Like, very much a individual star performance right now from him, despite the score being very close. He's been able to put up some good numbers. Now the T's grouped up onto the catwalk, waiting things out. You can see, once again, onliners. Nathaniel that's been able to push through long, so getting some decent control. Now you also have Josh and Eric, but now Eric's actually gone for the drop. A pop of the smoke. Very nice from Asoka. Love that little bit of a play. And FAO has been able to find that double kill. And this, honestly, this is again a situation where the CTs, they're going to be desperate for a kill quickly, because right now you can see Nathaniel, he's already up on long. This is going to be critical for him because you have triple player on from the T side onto catwalk. And they have to be able to find something quickly. The other CT of Sith, he's going to rotate through CT spawn. So now, this is just an awkward encounter for the CT side. They have to worry about all these players on the cat. Sith has to essentially go for this fight. Gets an easy one. Oh, he just misses the second. A flash thrown. Down to the 1v1. Timing is ticking away. Splice. He actually swings this and he wins it. And Asoka, once again, they pull up through in the 1v1. Woo-wee. Man, oh man, some of these rounds, right down to the wire, like we said, 2 alive here, you know, 1 alive, 1 alive. Like, these have been just, like, close encounters. A 6-4 scoreline, and Asoka now has put themselves in the lead, potentially, but can they be able to secure it? Now, Sith, he's going to be the anchor of this site, and B has to lock it down. Overwhelmed by numbers, and now even his teammate tries to join him. Back to the 3-3. The CTs are all pushed out. Asoka has been able to hold them off. The bouncers have done a good job to keep these guys out of the club in the B site. A missed flasher from Primal. This utility work from the T side is just, again, just stunting them, just holding them back a little bit longer. And now we need to see Primal. Can't even be able to find that kill. Came in out. Can't seem to find that secondary one. And it leaves it all just down to Josh. Someone that was doing such a great amount of work here in the B-side anchor, but now the time is ticking away. And Asoka being able to find themselves a second in a row. Last round of the first half we go. All the money spent. CT side here of onliners. We've seen them again where they play these pretty aggressive setups on the CT side. That's what's been kind of the, you know, the way that they're able to get themselves in contention for these rounds, and this is where it becomes a bit more ordeal against Asoka. And the defense is now kind of, you know, spread very thin. You have the 1 in B, 1 in middle, double cat. But that's going to be Sith playing a very passive angle just here with the op, just trying to see what he can find through the top of the smoke. Nathaniel playing, you know, again, just a very passive control into the long corner. Now Eric trying to see if he could be able to find. Nice 1-2, make it a double. Indeed, I thought he almost got that third, but Sith's able to help him out. And now it's all down to Tanner. But a good amount of aggression. The CT side, a 7-5 will be secured. That's going to be from Asoka. But nonetheless, onliners, thankfully, they're able to get themselves, you know, something to work with as we transition to the second. All right, here we go. Second half, a 7-5 score. Asoka is able to get themselves into the lead. And now it's going to be onliners. A big question about the T side. How well can they be able to persevere through this? Kama now FAO. They're going to be the two that are on this ramp. A flash could be thrown. This could really just cause a lot of ruckus potentially. A lot of damage inflicted against FAO. And now with 10 HP to spare, just needs to survive as long as possible. But look at these T's. What are these? What's this positioning? What is going on? They're just going in blind. A deer in headlights. They have no idea what to look for. And now Eric, he's a dead man. This is such a careless round from onliners. They didn't know where to go. They didn't know where to shoot from. But that's a great amount of work from Asoka. You could see that they were just causing a lot of distraction. A lot of poking and prodding. And you could see that onliners had no idea what to do with that. Bomb down means there's going to be some cash built up for this one. So, in the sense, sorry, that it's going to be for onliners. I mean, Mac 10s and a Galil. I mean, they want to try to bring this back as much as possible. I don't blame them. Utility getting thrown. Primal now. He's getting aggressive with the Mac 10. Can't seem to find it, but look at Tanner. Tanner, once again, a massive triple. And they have just decimated everybody in their path. And now Sith, with a minute and 30. 1 minute and 30 is down to a 1-on-5. Asoka, look at how different we're seeing them playing in the blue on the CT side. Such a different team. A flawless round for them. And onliners, I mean, look, it's early days. Sure, it is very, very much early days. But this is not a good sight to see. You know, and again, the one thing that was really impressive from onliners is that, like, they were always pushing into lower, they were getting this control, they always had, like, multiple different players onto catwalk, they were doing such a great amount of work onto this. But, we'll see. And this is going to be a very difficult round. Tech 9s, Deagles, again, you're really just kind of preserving the cash flow, you're going to have to bring everything in for the following round. But the problem is they're going to have to worry about these rifles they're going to have to go against. Smoke's going to get thrown here into connector. Ooh, it actually does make a good shot here and really good opener here from Primal. Now Tanner. Oh, Tanner is just having a performance right now. Look at the protocols. And it's really just been picking any victim and then just taking them out right away. Bomb going to go all the way around their T-spawn. So again, onliners kind of A little bit of an old school round the world strategy, I guess, right? You know, just kind of desperate times, desperate measures, and now FAO is like, oh, yep, they're coming here. I should be able to get this, but just in case. Tries to trigger discipline. It's a little bit sloppy, but it will pan out for the one, but thankfully for Splice to be able to save the day. 10-5 now, up in grabs here from Asoka. And again, let's not forget when we saw the, you know, the beginning of the first half, as you guys can see, it was the first 3 that we saw from onliners. 5 that were grabbed right in a row from Asoka. Again, these kind of little back and forth near the end of the first half, but really, it felt like it kind of, you know, Asoka was taking a lot of jabs and a lot of punches, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, okay, hang on a second. We know what we're supposed to do here. Triple CT side. Make it 4 with that flash going to get thrown. Now the T's here of onliners. Going to swing into mid. They actually spot this player into big pit now, so the question is, can they be able to find Sickening? Look at that flash. Eric trying everything he can to do this. Molotovs, nades, utility work. It's a sight to behold, and they have just shut down the aggression here. That bomb is still in a good position. But Tanner gets a second chance at life here. Takes a lot of damage on it. He's wounded. But now onliners, what are they going to do differently into this? Nathaniel has to create a little bit of an opening onto Catwalk. Their options are very limited. And a smoke, Molotov, and a flash remaining is the utility available for these 3 players. The utility's looking a little grim here for the CT side as well. Came in out. Good smoke just to block on this aggression, and that does give a little bit more of an advantage, and does spot the 1, and that's going to be Splice right there. Look at that, make it 2, maybe. Maybe just 3, but no. Game is just going to spam the smoke away, and this is, again, I'm really impressed to see what Asoka is bringing to this. Protocols, easy. You can tell, again, I said lots of history between both these teams, but despite Asoka being that team that, you know, on paper has the less experience, as I'm finger quoting this, or, you know, a little bit of an asterisk to it, you could tell that experience in them just playing together despite the divisions they were in. It's really panning out nicely here in Dust 2. Triple player B setup now, interestingly enough. So you have 2 until towards the car and closet, leaving FAO to be here as well. So they've really put a lot of, you know, so to speak, some eggs in the basket. I don't even mind this. It's different, but I think they were kind of expecting, there must have been a B hit that they were thinking was going to happen. Now they're going to retreat this plan, onliners. They're not going to commit to it. They're going to go back to Catwalk. But you still have Tanner. He's got the op. You also still have, you know, Kama that's going to be going through for this long control, just clearing things out. Now they go, okay, look, they're not there. They now know the jig is up. They have this inkling that it could be potentially a Catwalk hit once again, because they don't even need to sweat about B. You have triple players remaining there. Let's not forget, they have that control. Now this puts a lot more presence here for Tanner and Kama to be able to do something big. That mid is up for grabs technically, and they are going to go through the window, or sorry, the mid door. But this is still a problem. There's 3 players into this. This could be disaster. They smelt the cheese, but it's a trap. It's a full trap, and now the positioning is not looking the greatest. But Splice, he was able to find a kill, and now these rotates. This is actually looking, despite the positioning of this isn't bad at all. Sith, he's able to find this kill. He's able to find this kill. I don't know how he doesn't get away with it. Oh my goodness. And now Josh, the 1-2 against him. 83 HP. 8 HP remaining for Kama. Knows at least one of the players is outside door. Still has no idea. They're taking their time. Josh needs to come up big for onliners to stay alive, but no. It's going to be Asoka one more time, and they have now reached match point. Woo, man. 19 and 15 from Eric. Everybody else still hasn't even been able to find the 10 kills, double digits. But look at the turnaround here. Like Tanner, 19 and 9. Or, yeah, 19 and 9. You have 3 players that are essentially over, like, you know, 15 kills plus. But even despite that, like, it's not even about KD ratio. Like, again, everybody is playing very, very well. Able to bring some kind of impact into this. Look at that splice. Nice big kill onto this one. Splice is just really, in my opinion, like, again, sitting in the record that he's in, has got to have the MVP status on this, no doubt. Like, just been able to find multi-kill after multi-kill, tons of impact, being able to have the bomb dropped in this situation. And just like that, it's all over. Like a 13-5. I can't even finish my sentence. And we see that Asoka has been able to find themselves a massive victory here on Dust 2. So, like we said, I mean, that's where both these teams were undefeated. And now it's going to be onliners. They're going to get the first taste of a loss here in this season for 55. Really, really impressed to see, again, you know, for the IM division, this is where I thought this matchup was really interesting. Like I said, we had onliners with main experience. On paper, definitely you would think, okay, look, these guys are probably the better team. They, you know, little roster shuffles here and there, sure, but they played main a lot. They've been able to do quite well. Relatively decent records like dead evens or, you know, a little bit of playoff runs here and there. But Asoka, you know, a group of guys that, again, played from the open all the way going through here. It just kind of shows that it doesn't really matter, right? Like, I mean, you know, you could argue onliners going down to IM, like maybe just things aren't clicking as much anymore as it used to. And that very well could be the case. But look, I got to give it to Splice. Like, he played a really great game. Like, he didn't top frag, but I mean, the amount of impact he brought into this game was just really something to watch. And it was beautiful. Like, a lot of big rounds where he was able to get double kills, you know, when he probably shouldn't have, and just getting the bomb dropped a few times that we saw in this game. Absolute chef's kiss. But look, that's going to be it for us here tonight on this stream. Just a quick one and done game. And again, just a little bit about myself. I'm Laz. I'm one of the contestants here for the ESEA Season 55 here for the Next Big Caster Initiative. The top group of people, they get a vote by you in the community to get an opportunity to potentially go to EPL. So it absolutely mean the world to me if that's a possibility. So hopefully we'll see you guys a little bit more. We'll be able to cover some more games later this week. But for now, I'll bid you adieu. We'll see you later.